like this last week? Getting back on the practice field for the first time in a long time, and just getting out there and throwing the ball around. What's it been like?
Actually been a blessing, man. A lot of people haven't been able to play football, so for us to still be out here and go play the game we love, so we appreciate it and we cherishing it every day.
What's this quarterback competition like? The coach says you guys are really close. Frank just said you guys are really like all friends. What's it been like going through this competition with those guys?
Man, honestly, me personally, I don't try to look at it that way because, at the end of the day, it's not none of our decision. And far as who decides to win a job, obviously we want, to play to your best potential. But, it's never a situation where, I'm hoping one of those guys is wrong so I can win the job, I always want everyone to be, to the best of their ability, and whoever wins the jobs, and, I'll be glad for those guys.
How would you say your season went for you last year personally?
We went through some growing pains, but, towards the end of the year, we started piecing the puzzle and kind of started finding an identity of who we were. So I feel like week by week, we gradually got better, and, got some good hope going into this year.
Thanks, Lowell.
Hey, Greg.
Well, how have you grown then from last year to this year? What ways do you see that your play or your game has developed?
The game has slowed down tremendously for me, just being able to see things and just kind of having a feel for things, obviously just being around the guys and kind of having a feel for what receivers can do certain things, how to approach certain guys. So, it's just basically learning our personnel has been my biggest asset.
How well have you been picking up the offense, and how much of a change is that from what you were doing last year?
It's I wouldn't say it's tough, but it's different, especially learning anything new. Coach has been using the phrase, throwing mud on the wall. So he's been throwing basically the whole playbook at us and just kind of see how we can go out and execute it. So, we have a little bumps in the road, but for the most part, I feel like us as an offense, we're catching on to it pretty well.
Do you feel like you have a standout trait or anything that sets you apart from the other quarterbacks?
I think everyone's unique in their own way, I can't sit here and say I do this better than this guy does this better than me, So every God made everyone unique in their own way.
How about from a health and safety perspective with the pandemic and everything that's going on? How do you feel about the prospects of playing through a whole season? Do you feel completely safe?
Absolutely. They've been doing a great job and having great protocols for far as just being able to protect us and certain guidelines that we have to follow. Just keeping our masks on, the things they provided us to keep us safety with hand sanitizers, Lysol, and just how we can't be close to each other during meetings and everything. So I feel like they have our best interests at heart with that.
Just recently, it seems like there's been a lot more focus on myocarditis. It's the heart condition that can develop in athletes who come down with COVID-19. Is that something you guys have discussed as a team, or what's your sort of awareness and level of concern with that?
We kind of briefly discussed. We talked about it for a bit, and we kind of understand, this is not a joking matter or something that is to be played with. But, Coach always tells us, we don't feel safe playing, let him know, and we're always welcome to come talk to him about it.